It's Rachel. I am taping Vlogmas Day 20, and I'm a hot mess today. So all those that are new to my channel or returning, I'm Rachel. I do lifestyle unboxings, beauty, that kind of stuff. Today is Vlogmas Day 20. I'm doing a countdown to Christmas with Vlogmas, and I have worked a string of nights, 5 nights in a row. So this was my first day off, which is really not a day off because you spend like the total day jet lagged and tired. But I thought today I would play with products that are new to me that will just put some makeup on and not really get ready with me because I'm going to go to bed soon, but let's just play with new makeup for me and get my thoughts on it. So the first thing I am going to work with here is this Coconut Skin Smooth Priming Moisturizer. I got this in the, I think this was the Allure Beauty box. So I'll just put a little bit of this on, and oh, it's kind of got a tint on it actually. That's interesting. There may be parts in this video where I just like pause so I don't waste a bunch of time showing application of things. Oh, that smells really good. Ooh, it smells like those Smarty candies almost. Like, yeah, that's very interesting. Okay, so that is that. I'm gonna let that soak in a little bit. This is not a new product for me, but I wanted to use it. If you see me kind of looking this way, I have a mirror right there, so I may look over there just to not use the viewfinder necessarily to apply makeup. So anyway, this is the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. I like this stuff. It works pretty darn good. So that's what we're going to put on. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to play with my brows a little bit here. So I'm not going to show you guys while I do it because I'm a hot mess when I put eyebrows on, but I am going to try out this Sleek Makeup Eye Stylist in the color medium. This is probably totally the wrong color. It's probably a little too ashy for me, but that's okay because why not, for the pursuit of trying stuff. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, it's going to probably be too ashy for my red hair, but that's okay. I'm just going to use that to fill in a little bit. And then I do have these Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the clear brow gel. So I'll be back in just a minute. All right, back. I am not a big fan of doing my eyebrows. If you guys watch me, you know a lot of this has to do with being a redhead, although today my hair is all full of dry shampoo, so it doesn't look as red as it normally does. But I am a natural redhead, which means I have natural redhead eyebrows, which means nobody makes eye products for me, or very few people. This actually wasn't, the coloring wise wasn't actually that bad, but the applicator was a little funky. Like, this does not give you fine lines. It just kind of smooches color on there, but that's the color, which is actually not horrible. And it does have a little spoolie on the back, which is nice. This brow gel, we'll see how I feel at the end of the video. It applied really nicely. I like the applicator, but we'll see. So next thing is this Bella Pierre Cosmetics Pro Concealer Palette. We'll try that in just a second, but we're going to use the Purely Say Perfect BB Cream just to put like a smattering over my entire face. Oh, before I get started there, forgot, we're going to try this out. This is the Glassy Touch and Soul Pretty Filtered Glassy Balm. I don't know which box I got this in. FYI, almost all of these things I got in a box. I will tell you if something I didn't get in a box, like the Urban Decay thing here. So this is what it looks like. Doesn't have much of a smell. I've tried other Touch and Soul primers that I haven't really loved because I feel like they've gotten my skin kind of messed up. But let's see how this one does. It's more of a cream, which I kind of like. So let's see if it makes my skin look glassy, which is what it's supposed to be. I'm not a big fan of having to reach into it like a pot. I think that's kind of weird and gross. But oh well, what are you going to do? Okay, so we're just going to put this all in here. So in the past, some of the other Touch and Soul primers I have broken out from, and they've clogged my pores. So like I said, I'm not a huge fan of that. All right, let that soak in for just a minute. And now we are going to put on this BB cream, and I have a new sponge to try. This is the Illuminate sponge that was sent in, I forget which box, but anywho, it says Simply Wet, Squeeze and Bounce your way. I don't have water in here, so we're going to use some setting spray because that's what I usually use to wet down my sponge. So let me get my sponge all wet up here. Smells good. Okay, anywho, let's put a little bit on the back of my hand here. I do know that this is a pretty good color match. Now, this is a new bottle of this for me, but I've had this in the past. And we're just going to take that little bit of BB cream and bounce it onto my skin. Now, I don't like full foundations. You guys know this because I have freckles. And I like seeing my skin through it. So I tend to not put on a full face of foundation. Now, I'm kind of that weirdo that doesn't like foundation. So, like, I definitely go from minimal to low coverage. Now, this is extremely firm. If you like an extremely firm sponge, you will like this. I kind of like the other, like the actual Beauty Blender, how less firm it is for my application of my foundation and stuff. I don't know. I just like how squishy it is. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, next thing we are going to use here is the, let me find the brush here. It is mini shading. I have it here. So these are my Farrah brushes that I got. This is a concealer brush. So we're going to use it in a concealer palette. And it has some coloration stuff. So we're going to use the peachy color first to kind of cancel out my dark circles and see how I feel. In the past, I've not had the greatest luck with these waxy based concealers just because, or under eye brighteners, because I find that they tend to show my fine lines. But we'll see how we feel about this in a minute. It definitely brightens it big time, which is nice. Now, I didn't bring in any of my traditional concealer. This is what I'm going to use as my concealer. So we'll see. I may be setting myself up for failure here, but we'll see how that goes. All right, so then we're going to use this more yellowy one to kind of cover and go under there. And then what I'll do is I'll go back with the sponge and kind of blend it in a little bit here. This is probably really boring for you guys. All right, I'm going to pause and blend. All right, it's okay. It's not my favorite. I definitely like my cream concealers a lot better. We're going to just take a little bit of powder here, and I'm going to use this little brush here, and I'm just going to tap a little bit of powder where I put my concealer just to set it so I don't crease. I'm going to kind of like push it in there. This is my Becca powder, the Hydro, what is this called? Hydro something. Hydro Mist powder, which is good for like the first 6 months you own it, or 3 months, or however months, and then it starts to get bad after that. So anywho, it's okay. Like, I used to love this powder. I got it free in one of my boxes, so we'll play with it again until it goes out and feels all bone dry. But right now it's not doing that. Okay, so that is that, and let's get started with my blank canvas here. We're gonna do, I usually do eye makeup and then my face, but we're doing the opposite here. So today we're gonna use the Pacifica palette I got in one of my Ipsies. I think this was like my regular Ipsy. And so we're gonna use this new bronzer brush from Complex Culture, and we're gonna try this bronzer out and see if I like it or not. Just because, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea if I'll like it. I feel like that's gonna be a very pretty bronzer color, but we'll see. So I do like this brush. So this is like the perfect bronzer brush for me. Not too bad. All right, I'm gonna bronze, I'm gonna put some blush on, and then I'll be back. All right, guys, so I'm playing with this blush highlighter. I'm using, actually, this is the Luxie Tapered Highlighter brush, but I think it looks nicer as a blush brush. This is actually more like a highlight blush is what I feel like. As you guys can tell, I already have a lot of color to my skin tone, so I don't really need a ton of blush. I'm already pink as it is, but I usually just come on up and over like that. Okay, let's get into what I'm going to use today. I think I'm going to use this. This I've had for a while. I got it on sale for $12.50. I think it's still on sale for $12.50 at Sephora. It is the Natasha Denona Mini Lila palette. I'll come back and do my highlighting with the Anastasia Beverly Hills one here in a little bit. And I do have this Phase Zero eyeshadow that I was going to use too. So I thought we would just kind of create a simple look and go from there. So first brush I'm going to use is this mini tapered brush by Farrah, and we're going to tap into this color here, which is Flint, I think. Flint. We'll say it's Flint. And let me pull out a mirror so that I can actually watch what I'm doing while I'm applying this. So, anywho, that is how we're going to do it. So this was my first Natasha Denona palette, and I have yet to play with it because, yeah, I just haven't. So we'll go from there. It's really pretty though. I feel like this is a nice holiday palette if you guys are wanting like an inexpensive palette. For $12.50, I think it's a good price. For the full price of $25, I would not pay that at all. So, you know. Okay, let me get the next little brush. I don't have my normal brushes in here. I'm trying new brushes. This is the brush set we got in the CosBox. I think it was the fall CosBox. These are okay. So I'm going to play with a few more of these brushes just to, you know, give me a little bit more to work with. So we're going to go in now with this cranberry color right here. And I'm just going to kind of deepen up the crease a little bit and wash this kind of over the eyelid. So like this. So as you guys can see, this is going to kind of be my base lay down color here. So it just kind of gives me a little cranberry wash here, and I'll come back and clean that up because I made a mess. Ooh, I'm looking at this. I don't even know what I have right there. Hold on, I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, I think that was primer that I just like didn't mix out. I don't know. That was weird. I just had to like, you know, basically get rid of it. These seem to be doing okay. They're a little patchy. I have not heard the best reviews for this little palette, like compared to the normal Natasha Denona quality. We'll see. Like, they're okay. I don't think this formula is just amazing in this palette, but you know, I'm also not a makeup artist, so maybe we'll see. Okay, so I just kind of laid down a wash of color. I'm going to go back with this little brush. I'm going to come back and wash with the brown just to kind of clean up and blend out this upper part here. If you hear like laughing, my daughter is watching, she likes to watch unboxing YouTube videos of like different things like Hatchimals and stuff, and I think she's in there watching them. It's a Friday, so she's allowed to stay up late. All right, we are going to lay down. I'm going to be real crazy here, and we're going to lay down this blue in the corner. Yes, a blue. This crazy, crazy pretty purpley blue. And I am going to lay that down probably with my finger because I don't think it's probably going to lay down well with a brush. So this should be interesting. I may have to lay a little bit down with a brush, but we'll see. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay. As you can see, that actually goes down really beautifully. Let me try it with a brush first. And see how I feel with that. We will use this little detailing brush here on that other thing and see what I think. I just need to kind of get into that corner without making a big blotchy mess. And I don't have my normal brushes that I use. Well, that's pretty. Okay. I'll do this on the other side. And then I'm going to come back and do a little bit more on my finger. I'll do this to about halfway and then like not wetting my brush, not really using my silicone brush. This is really pretty. This is like actually quite nice. Okay, now we're going to go back without any new product on that tan brush that I've been using and just kind of blend. Again, just to kind of keep it from looking like super messy. Right there. Oh, not too bad. And then I'm going to go back a little bit more with this little brush and kind of get into the areas that I did not get. That looks pretty good. Okay, final thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay, this is, let me think on this. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I think I'm gonna come back with this pencil brush and I'm gonna do a little bit of this kind of like color right here. And I'm gonna do that kind of on my inner lower corner right here. I'm gonna do that on the other side. Okay, the shimmers in this palette are really nice. I do like them. Okay, and then we're just going to use the last little bit of this palette that I haven't used, this really awesomely bright purple. And we're just going to kind of go there like craziness. And kind of blend it down with that gold. Because I'm not going anywhere, so why not? Okay, now I wanted to use the Phase Zero eyeshadow here on my inner corner and just do a little thing of that. I have a teeny tiny little mirror in here. So this is kind of like a pinky peach. And I thought this, I unboxed this the other day in my Ipsy, I believe, and I just thought this would make the perfect inner corner eyeshadow look. And onto the lid, I just thought that would be so pretty. So I'm going to put that on here and just see if that gives me a little touch of pearlescent inner corner that I'm looking for with this look. And then now I'm going to do the last final thing is I'm going to take this pink brush here and go back into that cranberry color, just touch lightly, and I'm just going to blend out where the blue and the purple meet out again so it doesn't look so stark over there. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna pause and I'll be right back. All right guys, back. Yeah, let me go into what I've used. I use this Hank & Henry eyeliner. I suck at eyeliner. I was trying to do a little bit of a wing look. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. My daughter needed to come in here to use the restroom because if you guys don't know, I'm in my closet right now taping because yes. Anywho, so I paused and I was using, let me just show you the last little bit of stuff I used. I use this Hank & Henry eyeliner. I am not the greatest eyeliner. I'm going to do a whole video on maybe following YouTube eyeliner things. Now this is a really nice applicator. I do like it. Like it allowed me to like brush it on really easily. It did leak a little bit, which was kind of, you know, crazy. I don't think it looks the best on me, but that's, I think, a user issue, not a eyeliner issue. I actually did like this. I used this, the Caviar Volume by Laura Mercier. I don't know how I feel about this. It's a big, funky, big applicating brush. It looks okay. It's not my favorite mascara. It's not awful, but it's not great. I went ahead and applied the Moon Child highlighting kit. Like I look like I'm a space alien here, but I used Blue Moon because I thought that purpley blue look would be good. And then I used a little bit of Pink Heart and Blue Ice as well. And then the final stuff that I played with is I put a little bit of this Dose of Color in Nude Mood and this Pixie by Petra in Honey Sheen, just to kind of tone things down. So that is the entire look. I think that this palette actually is quite pretty. Like, yes, this is too dramatic for every day, but I think it turned out pretty nicely. I don't know. What do you guys think? It was fun. I enjoyed it. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.